You find an opening on the wall, a staircase that leads down. You are curious. Where does it lead? How deep does it go? What's waiting at the bottom? You walk. Step by step, you descend into darker, deeper place. Everything grows quieter, but your thoughts begin to race. You feel yourself being called, drawn forward. At first, you only hear your footsteps, but now your heartbeat drowns them out. You know you are close. Then you find it. A hole. It goes even deeper. It's completely dark. You cannot see the bottom. Will you jump? Of course you will. Even if you're terrified, you'll be drawn to it. The setting might change, the story might change, but the action repeats, because the instinct stays the same. The urge to go deeper, to explore the darkest places and to jump into the deepest holes. But why? Why do we face our deepest fears? And what is it about the abyss that draws us into it? Long time before video games existed, the people were already telling stories about descending into darkness. All around the world, you can come across myths, legends, and literature about journeys to the deepest places. Odysseus travels to the edge of the underworld. Dante descends through the circles of hell. In one Turkish creation myth, all land is brought up from beneath the primordial ocean. Sun Wukong marches into the underworld itself to erase his own name from the Book of the Dead. The same idea continued in the modern fiction as well. Jules Verne sends his explorers to the center of the earth. Lovecraft repeatedly uncovers ancient horrors through earthquakes, forgotten ruins, and reckless excavations. In a Junji Ito manga, The Enigma of the Amigara Fault, where people discover human-shaped holes that seem to have been made for them, and despite their terror, they just cannot resist crawling inside. These stories awaken something within us. They frighten us, they fascinate us, they make us curious, and once they reveal the truth, they satisfy us. And the great games continue with the same tradition. They just invite us to take the same journey to the depths ourselves. One of my favorite examples comes from Elden Ring. Radahn, a legendary demigod who held the very stars in place, is finally defeated. The stars begin moving once again, and after one of the game's most spectacular cutscenes, a giant crater tear opens in Limgrave. I remember standing at the edge of it. I was completely stunned. It was an enormous chasm, no visible bottom, but I already knew what waited below. Nokron, the Eternal City. Just like in a Lovecraft story, I've heard whispers of this ancient civilization long before I ever saw it. It had always existed beneath the world, hidden away in darkness. And now, for the first time, I could descend and explore it myself. Curiosity is perhaps our strongest reason to descend into darkness, because we want to uncover something ancient, forgotten, mysterious, or maybe hidden. From Software, I understand this instinct better than almost anyone. Their games aren't traditional horror games, yet few places feel as oppressive as the Forsaken Depths in Elden Ring, or the Catacombs and Tomb of the Giants in Dark Souls. They are frightening, they are uncomfortable. Every instinct tells you to turn back, yet curiosity keeps pulling you forward, because somewhere ahead there's always another answer waiting to be discovered. But curiosity alone doesn't fully explain the call of the abyss, because we can satisfy our curiosity by exploring a foreign land or climbing a mountain or sailing across the ocean. But descending into darkness feels different, because in darkness we don't only discover a place, but we also discover truths. In stories about the abyss, we are rarely searching for fertile land or valuable resources. We are searching for something buried, something forgotten, something we were not meant to see. And this thing we seek in darkness doesn't have to be external. Maybe what makes darkness interesting the most is nothing else than ourselves, our fears and our hopes. The darkness becomes a canvas for us to project ourselves onto. You can clearly see this pattern in some great games. In those games, the deeper we descend, the closer we come to discovering ourselves. Hollow Knight may be the clearest example here. This is the game that got me into game development. The deeper you travel through Hollow Nest, the stranger and more unsettling the kingdom becomes. Ancient basin, the deep nest, then you finally reach the deepest place in the kingdom, the abyss. And suddenly everything starts to make sense. You discover what a vessel truly is. You discover the Pale King's greatest sin. And you discover who you really are. Not a chosen hero, but one of the countless children abandoned in darkness, created only to become an empty shell. The deepest place in Hollow Nest doesn't hide a treasure. It hides the truth about Hollow Knight. But perhaps no other game understands the meaning of descent better than Silent Hill 2. Throughout the whole game, James keeps descending. At first, the mysteries only multiply. How could he receive a letter from his dead wife? What happened to the Silent Hill? Why is the town filled with monsters and strangers who seem to know more than he does? Yet with every descent, another layer of truth is uncovered. Beneath the historical society lies Toluca prison. Beneath death, the labyrinth. And the deeper James travels, the more the buried history of Silent Hill reveals itself. A town shaped by executions, suffering, and violence. But the most important truth isn't buried beneath Silent Hill. It is buried within James himself. His journey through the town is also a journey into his own mind. The monsters, Maria, even Pyramid Head. They stop being enemies or allies and become reflections. They are revealed to be manifestations of James's guilt, desire, fear, and denial. Every step James descends strips away another layer of illusion. And at the very bottom, James is finally forced to confront the truth he buried deeper than anything else. Maybe that's why we keep jumping into holes in games. Somewhere deep inside us, we believe that the answers lie below. Lost civilizations, forgotten histories, hidden identities, or our deepest secrets.
I'm ready.
You find another opening. It leads down. You don't know what's waiting. It's dark and you cannot see the bottom of it. But I know you will jump.